So what is going on out there, peeps? All right, so look, there's a couple of things going on over there in Iraq. We will get to it here in just a second. But people are asking me this morning about the crypto run. I said, yep, here it is. Look at it again, still looking real nice as Ethereum. Man, I was really happy that I chose Ethereum. It has made some pretty big moves. I think it was down to 227, it is now up to 285. But yeah, they look good. You know, this is why you can't get emotionally, you can't get invest with your emotions, because sometimes they go up, sometimes they go down. But yeah, it's a pretty good jump from where it was to where it is now. As a matter of fact, the Ethereum was one of the biggest runs on its biggest run. You can see right here, it's 52 week. It's near its 52 week high. I'm sure it already passed it and came back down a little bit. But yeah, and gold and silver is looking real great too, people. Yeah, I just wanted to share it with you because a lot of people were asking in the group. And this is a group that I'm talking about, Pimpy's Investment Chat. Over here, we do talk about gold and silver, Iraqi dinar, and the Vietnam dong. It's free to come join. The link will be in the description. And if you want to buy cryptocurrencies, there is a link in the description that you can follow to Coinbase. You can get set up there and buy cryptocurrencies, okay? Here, in the hidden things in front of your eyes is the second group we have. And in here, we talk about, you know, NESARA, GESARA, current events, and the whole 9 yards, okay? So come on over. The link will be in the description. It is free to join. All right. All right. So what's going on over there in Iraq? The central bank is approaching banks to postpone the retirement loans. What? Don't postpone them. Okay. So the news obtained a document from the bank's address to the House of Representatives regarding the postponement of retirement loan payments, which include the following. We would like to inform you that the government banks have been approached for the purpose of informing you of the measures taken in relations to paragraph the Supreme Committee's health. So basically what they're doing, retirement loan payments. So they're going to use the Rona as an excuse for these people, or to slow down their payments is what this is. But somebody said, is this a loan? And I said, it does look confusing because I don't know so much that it's a loan and they're just holding it back. The banks are saying, hey, if you owe on a loan, just hold on until we get done with what's going on with the Rona. Because I've seen a lot of articles of that happening here in the United States without people's permission. I showed you guys an article that Wells Fargo stopped people's mortgage payments even though they didn't ask for it. You know what I mean? Like put them in a forbearance, which has really got me thinking about that. So that could be that big move on the NESARA, GESARA. There's definitely something big getting ready to happen. There's no doubt about it. The Iraq parliament resumes holding its sessions after the Eid to raise several files. Okay. The deputy al-Falawi said in the news, there's an agreement between the political blocs and the president of the House of Representatives to resume parliament sessions after Eid al-Adha to discuss the corona pandemic files and the important laws, most notably the election law. So we know that there's supposed to be an expedited election. So I don't think they've made an official announcement on that yet. So we're keeping an eye on that. A lot of you brought to my attention that, yes, indeed, we know Al-Qademi is not here with Trump like he was scheduled to be here, but Trump had postponed it. And I don't think they set a date yet due to everything that's happening here in our country. There's a lot of instability. They're using the Rona as an excuse. Okay, so yeah, but it's going to happen. I wouldn't worry too much about it. This gives Al-Qademi a little more time for him to hammer out his issues with Kurdistan and for them to just go ahead and continue to make big strides and do what they need to do to get their sovereignty back. Parliament will also discuss in a session. It will be held after the Eid. Several files. The most prominent, of course, they're all the same ones: energy, schooling, the whole 9 yards. The most prominent of which are energy and its implications, the renewal of licenses for mobile phone companies, and the violation of American and Turkish forces to Iraq sovereignty. So again, I'm sure they're already turned over. The coalitions are bases to Iraq, and they're doing very well. We know that over in the Peshmerga, the forces have scheduled and they started keeping an eye on the border. These are all major steps, man. The problem is now we're hearing little bits of good information every day, so it kind of gets old. I think a lot of us are just like, come on, man, just make it happen already. The Iraq government may suspend hours of office this week with a comprehensive ban. Okay, so The crisis cell in Iraq's parliament revealed today, Saturday, the government proposal to disrupt official working hours. The Iraq government is currently studying the issuance of a decision to completely disable the official working hours this week because of the high temperatures at record rates all over the country, with large interruptions of electricity because, their electric grid isn't up all the way. Somebody asked me, do you think these weather attacks are weather attacks in China? I don't know if you guys know this, but it is kind of suspicious. They're having lightning storms. They're having major floods. They're having, oh man, you name it. They're having it over there. And it's really just wreaking havoc on China. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Like I tell people, God don't like ugly. If you're over there mistreating their people like we see on the videos, that just might be the response. Parliament's economists, we will hold the financial minister accountable for if he does not pay the salaries to the employees before it. Okay, and that just goes on to say that, this was supposed to have already been done, so they better make sure to have their ducks in a row and get these people paid. Because I'm trying to get down here. Oh, there we are. Ministerial roundtable discussions express support for Iraq government economic reform. So this is kind of lengthy a little bit. So the Iraqi government and their International Energy Agency hosted a virtual ministerial roundtable event to discuss reform of the Iraqi economy and explore new models to encourage long-term investment in Iraq, which is what we want. Okay, the focus of the discussion was the energy sector, particularly Iraq's electricity and natural gas. Okay, the meeting brought together senior Iraqi ministries and officials, ministries of the IEA members, countries, CEOs, and leaders of energy companies, as well as international financial institutions. Okay, this is good. Anyways, this just goes on to introduce who they are. These are the white papers regarding energy. At the start of the discussion, Dr. Alawi outlined the nature and scale of this financial and economic crisis in Iraq. All right, it goes on to explain how their economy basically collapsed due to the Rona and the low oil prices. So anyways, Dr. Alawi told participants that the Iraq government is revisiting all past decisions that have encumbered Iraqi's economy, allow it to be wholly dependent on oil, that caused it to be wholly, is what they should have said, caused it to be wholly dependent on oil, and stifle the ingenuity and creativity of Iraqis. Dr. Alawi said that the new Iraqi government is committed to submitting a wide range of white paper to Parliament in September 2020, which will set up a roadmap to reorient the Iraqi economy and grow the private sector so that it can play the natural and leading role in its economy. Okay, so this article is long, but I can just tell you this: if they have white papers for all these different files, they're going to be all presented in the Parliament in September of this year. So okay, and it's of course there's a lot of discussion about, are there rate changes in this white paper? Well, a lot of people seem to be pointing in that direction. I haven't seen anything that says that the rate change is in the white papers, but that doesn't mean it's not in the white papers. I'm looking for something a little bit different. I'm looking for the international community to, once again, first they got to recognize the sovereignty of Iraq. And as you guys know, in order to be a sovereign country, you do have to have your own currency. Now, Iraq does have its own currency. I get that. But they need the restrictions lifted off it so we can see them get out there on the Forex once again. I mean, Zimbabwe was on the Forex already. So, we also saw an article about them teaching the Iraqi people how to trade in Forex. So, you know what I mean? So it's looking good. Look at this whole thing in here. Let's see here. They're talking about rebuilding and restructuring the electrical grid, which has already started last year. Siemens is there. GE is there as well. So we know that. But I'm trying to remember if there's anything past this other than what you guys already know. Okay, so they're talking about what they need to do to, I think what they want to do is they need to upgrade, and they've already started working on this, upgrade their oil refineries that are out there. Or where they're pumping out the oil. A lot of this stuff is outdated. I know where they get their natural gas, all the equipment out there needs to be updated and modernized because they're actually losing billions of dollars every year because of the old, outdated equipment. So I know they're talking about working on that already. As a matter of fact, I think one of the articles said they had started. So that's a project out there. Let's see. Dr. Burrell told the participants that the new Iraqi government should be supported as it is embarks on introducing what he described as a deep and urgent structural reform to revitalize the Iraqi economy. Man, if they could just get outside investors in there and start allowing them to create businesses for the people, I think we do really good. So this white paper goes on basically to talk about the energy sector and how it's going to bring more modernized projects to make sure everything is updated. They go into making sure that they're hoping that the outside international community would take part in this and help Iraq get back on their feet. All right. So we know this, the UK Minister of State of Business, Energy, Clean Growth, another person, welcome to the Iraq government committee, commented to reforming the diversifying the economy, saying that the UK will continue to support Iraq across several areas, including economic reform, and called on other countries, including those in the region, to support Iraq. So good. This looks like a huge international movement. All right. So this is what we want. We know that Iraq is going to be the doorway to do a major business over in the Middle East. All right. And there's a lot of business opportunities over there. They've been war-torn for quite some time, not just Iraq, most of those countries over there. So there's a lot of inter-country that needs to be dealt with. Inter-country infrastructure is what I meant to say. So, okay. So, we'll keep an eye on this. And then for now, I know you guys have brought it up to my attention. Yes, I'm aware. We know that. So I was going to point this out right here. Look at this. Barham Saleh discussed with Hakim to support the Al-Qadimi government in implementation of its programs, because it brings up the sovereignty again over here. So this again is what we look for. Where the heck? I just seen it. I'm going crazy here. Okay, so the importance of unifying efforts, endeavors, and joint coordination between national forces to consolidate the protection of Iraqi sovereignty, enhance its security and stability, and distance it from an international or regional conflicts, and conflicts were also stressed. So what's not being told to you guys right now is there's a lot of crap happening over there in Iran, and Iraq's like, we don't want any part of it. We're not going to be in the middle of it. Don't drag us into this. We don't need any more of this. All right. So you guys, that's it for now. Once again, I did see, because it keeps getting brought to my attention, that gold and silver are still up there. They're being very supportive at the rate they are. I keep waiting for them to try to bring the rate down. If anything, it looks like they're stalling it. And cryptocurrencies, they're on a tear right now. So, again, don't get overly excited when they do good. Don't get overly upset when they do bad. Okay? So, one last reminder for those individuals looking to buy silver and gold, there's a link to go to Money Metals. Go on in there. If you buy $100 or more worth of gold and silver on your first purchase, you could put in the promo code Pimpy and it'll give you a free ½ ounce. Okay? All right, you guys. So, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. I'll catch you later.